of the government team is Honorable Mutlang Ngwa, who is here. The Secretary Generals, Comrade Moyo and Shamuyarire, UN, Apex, Alexander Zatsunga, representing the public service workers. From business, we also see ZNCC, CFU. We also see Wawatungwa, representing the bankers. Wamvuro representing the Chamber of Mines. Saka Tokutenda who representing CZI. Tokutenda Nekuya Kwamaita. And also, let me just congratulate the leadership of ZCTU. She just got elected. And I really appreciate the positive message that she has given us, that our primary mode of engagement will be dialogue, and that's very important, and I think we can move mountains if we commit to dialogue. I also want to congratulate the new leadership of MCOS, led by Wambauya, but deputized here by Mr. Dube. They've also just been elected to their offices, so we want to congratulate them as we congratulate ZCTU. They are the Chief of Mission of the International Organization for Migration, and indeed also let me just recognize leadership of the UN here, represented by Ms. Hoplom Pororo, who is the country director for Zimbabwe in Namibia for the International Labour Organization, ILO. Senior government officials here present, invited experts and facilitators, Wanamachimbira and the co-facilitators who are here. Ladies and gentlemen. Regaindi neku Gamchirai, kuno ku Victoria Falls for the purpose of this retreat that we have convened here, and we have convened it because we really want to strengthen our engagement with the social partners. It is because we realize that this TNF is so central to the economic turnaround of this country. This TNF is so central to the operationalization of our constitution, which seeks to bring every Zimbabwean together so that we can pursue the Zimbabwean dream. So it is really important that you could come, and let's take this retreat very seriously so that we can make TNF realize its role in shaping the future of this country. Let me start by referring to the words from our Constitution in the preamble, which says, "We, the people of Zimbabwe, united in our diversity by our common desire, united in our diversity by our common desire." And that common desire is defined by the words Zimbabwe Dream. And we need to really put aside our differences and pursue this common desire. These excellent words is the recognition that Zimbabwe is made up of a richly diverse people, a rich diversity of occupations, and a rich diversity of views. But this diversity is by no means an obstacle to unity. Diversity is an asset to the nation, not a liability. As long as we understand the common denominator, which is the Zimbabwean dream that we all should pursue. My fervent hope and prayer is that this team building retreat will go down in history as the point in which we, the people of Zimbabwe, chose to be united in our diversity, guided by our common desire to transform our beloved country into an inclusive, prosperous, and empowered upper middle income society by 2030. This is the vision that our leader, the president of this country, has articulated. It is indeed a moonshot that we should all aim at. It defines a destination, and we should find our own space and contribute to the attainment of that moonshot. We can even surpass the upper middle income status if we put all fundamentals right. Indeed, we can build the Zimbabwe we want. If we want to build a first world Zimbabwe, there is the possibility of doing that. When I speak of fundamentals, it's not just the macroeconomic fundamentals like GDP, positive balance of payment, positive budgetary performance, low inflation, and so on. While these are indeed important, and I appreciate the immense effort that the Second Republic has already put in place in making sure that we have economic stability. And indeed now we are enjoying an upward swing in our economy. The positives that have already been achieved could easily be scuttled if we do not seriously take into consideration the human side of things, especially the coming together that this retreat is trying to achieve. This is where the TNF can play a key role in ensuring that we have a shared people-centered economic and social vision. This is our present challenge, and this is our problem to solve. Albert Einstein once said, "You cannot solve a problem with the same level of thinking that created it." So indeed, we are challenged We are challenged to bring ourselves to a higher level of thinking, which will allow us to solve the problems that we face as a nation. The Kadoma Declaration towards a shared national economic social vision, which is one of the key achievements of the TNF to date, even though at that particular point in time the TNF was not formally constituted through an act of parliament. It identifies negative image and perception of the country by both nationals and foreigners as the key problem militating against our progress. In order to reverse this negative country image, we must adopt a new level of thinking, of consciousness. We must shift our paradigms.
Recording in progress.
We must commit to saying all our little differences beside, we are now going to work and contribute innovative ideas that will move this economy. We represent essentially Zimbabwe here. Business, labor, and government. Everything is subsumed among, among these social partners who are here represented. And I want to make this call to say, let's be innovative. Let's pull every resource that we have. Let's pull every trick that we have so that we can move our country forward. Labor can enjoy the benefits of their contribution as labor, and do so in ways that make them appreciate that we are being sufficiently remunerated for our contributions. Business should enjoy profits which should be valorized for purposes of growing our economy to higher levels. And indeed, government should, as we have already started to do, continuously seek to put in place a conducive environment for business to operate, for investments to take place, for savings to happen in this country, which savings can be used for further development of this country, for competitiveness in attracting FDI and making sure that this FDI is one that is beneficial to the country. We need to discard here at Victoria Falls today the mentality of us against them. The us versus them thinking is the one that has led us to the situation of antagonism, mistrust, disrespect, lack of cohesion, and at times outright confrontations. We must rise above this morass. We must seek each other and embrace each other as equal partners in the development of this beloved country. The us versus them mentality must be replaced with a new thinking which says, we, the people of Zimbabwe, united in our diversity by our common desire for the total empowerment of our people and complete transformation and prosperity of our country. This is the challenge for our generation. Let us take it up with pride and courage. If not for our sake, let us do it for the sake of the future generations of this country. We have to build hope. Let's build the Zimbabwe that we will be proud of, to bequeath to our children and our grandchildren. The second mindset that we must discard is that of relying on foreign assistance for our development. We have what it takes as a country in order for us to succeed. There is no country in the world that has managed to transform itself based on foreign assistance, especially assistance of the philanthropic nature. It only comes to provide relief, but not to develop a country. Recently, I was asked to address college students on the topic of sanctions. While acknowledging the existence and effect of sanctions, I emphasized the point that gone are the days for whining and mourning about sanctions. The time has come for us as the people of Zimbabwe to take matters into our own hands and build our beloved country, as the president always says, brick by brick and stone upon stone, relying on our own selves. Should we encounter obstacles in our transformation journey, we, the people of Zimbabwe, united by our diversity, should be determined enough to overcome all challenges and obstacles that impede our progress. Everywhere in order to climate-proof agriculture. Kana tapedza mahombe yayo ngativakei madiki in every community of this country, so that irrigation becomes ubiquitous in this country and people can farm throughout the year and make hunger and poverty a thing of the past. We must adopt a new level of thinking that says we are the captains of our own salvation and the masters of our own destiny. Dear colleagues and partners, these are, in my views, the mindset shifts that we need to effect as we work towards the conclusion of our social contract. The social contract is our major substantive deliverable as the TNF, of which the whole nation is banking on us. It is acknowledged in Vision 2030 that government upholds the cardinal principles of consensus building through support for development of social contracts among stakeholders, also embracing business, labor, and civic society. The government has further demonstrated the trust that it has in us, the tripartite partners, by enacting the Tripartite Negotiating Forum Act on 4 June 2019 and its launch on the 5th of June by His Excellency the President, Dr. Emerson Mnangagwa. One of the major objectives of the TNF being the pursuit of the social contract. I can assure you that we have the full support of the whole nation on this aspect. The Speaker of Parliament always appeals to me to say, let's move TNF forward, because it is the one that can bring Zimbabweans together for the purpose of transforming our society.